Okay, so at first I was gonna do French braids straight to the back, but then I looked at the back and I'm just like, no, I'm not feeling it. So I went ahead and started taking down the French braids, and I did a half braided hairstyle, half up, half down. But I'm not keeping it this way. It's just an idea for the front. So after I got finished, well, this braid on the side decided to come down, so I had to go ahead and braid that back up. So after I braided that, I'm thinking like, what the heck I'm gonna do to the back of my head? While I'm doing my hair, this happens. Y'all don't think I got dreadlock pet peeves? Yes. This is maintenance in itself, and dreadlocks are not easy. They are not easy. They're not even easy to maintain because it depends on all the styles that you do, and depending on your locks and depending on you and how fragile your hair is or can be. So you have to be very gentle when it comes to doing your hair. You can't pull hard, you can't tug hard, and or this will happen. I tugged a little bit hard, taking out a rubber band, and boom, and this happened. You know? So yeah, it's very stressing maintaining these locks. Um, it's hard to take care of them, and that's why I usually go ahead and style them and weave just so this wouldn't happen. But even then, you have to be cautious with how many hairstyles you do, and sometimes you just gotta let it go and let it flow. You know, I do what makes me feel good, and that is what I'm doing. So after this happened, I felt really, really frustrated. Like I got really disappointed because anytime this happens, because like my son, he had a few locks that came out, and it just breaks my heart. And I'm like, dang. But you know what? You got to keep going and you got to keep doing what you got to do regardless of the loss, because you lose some, you win some. When it comes to locks, you lose a lot and you win some. You know, you lose some, you win some. If it's not the whole lock, it's pieces of the lock. So you just got to be cautious and you just got to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be a lot of losses. You're going to take a lot of losses. But in the end, it's worth it because it's a process. It's a very long process. Even when they've grown to a certain length, you're still, being cautious. You still have to be cautious. Okay, so this is how it's looking so far. Um, Still debating on the back. I don't know. But I did have an idea on how to um do the little loose hairs, because I hate that it's loose back there. You know, like, man, I have to figure this out. So eventually I did, and I went ahead and chalked it up and said, you know what, I'ma just twist it up. So that's just what I did. So I decided to put rubber bands on and basically just bun up the three in the back. I connected the loose ends of those braids together, and I just put them in like a little tiny bun, you know, for security purpose, of course. So now it's time that we go ahead and throw the clips in my head. So while we're doing the clips, I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's been going on with me and my friend. The other day we got into it. Well, we didn't get to it, but I went to Giant Eagle. And man, so, you know, we was at the front. I'm checking out, and, this girl stood, she took like, I would say 10 minutes to check out. Mind you, I'm the only one in line. There's probably one more person behind me, but we at the front checkout. So it's for small items when you're trying to get in and get out. So we had to check out, and she's sitting there debating on whether she wants her cake or not. She mentioned that it's $80-something. She don't like it because the cake was ugly. At this point, I'm just sitting there thinking like I will go ahead and use my food stamp card and pay it. But then she wasn't even complaining about the price. She was complaining about the looks of the cake. So I'm just like, all right, cool. You know what? It is what it is. Hurry up, do what you got to do. This is what I'm thinking. Like, at first I'm patient, but then at the same time, I had a long day and I'm ready just to go. My son just getting out of school, and instead of going home, we kept it pushing. So it's just like, I'm ready to go. So I got some chicken for him. All right, so I went to go get me some chicken. I went to go get my son some chicken. Um, because he been saying he wanted, he was hungry. I know sometimes you don't eat the food, and so I got him some chicken from Giant Eagle. I was going to at least, but then they was pissing me off. I want to smack the chicken. That's the thing. I feel like I instinctively just did that because I wasn't even mad or nothing. It's just something I feel like I built a habit of doing that. I'm like, why did I just do that? I really just did that. So as I'm debating on whether to freaking slap the next chicken down, I go ahead and slap the next chicken down while I'm talking to the lady. Because I tell her, I'm like, can you check me out? She was like, unfortunately, we only have one register. I'm like, no, you have all of these registers and there's two of y'all back there. All you have to go is to go to another register and check me out while she's deciding on whether she's going to buy the cake. But she didn't. So I'm just like, wow, like she's sitting there like walking back and forth. The other guy trying to see if she gonna buy the cake or not. So I'm slapping the stuff down. I slapped the stuff down and it hit her. I'm like, dang, well, that's unfortunate. I didn't mean to hit you, but oh well, if it hit you, it hit you. I don't care. So, she gonna react. I'm like, I don't even blame her because I would have reacted too. I probably wouldn't have reacted because the fact that it just hit her fucking leg, it hit the bottom of her leg, but I guess she felt offended anyway, by the little tap of the chicken, regardless. Okay, so I'm explaining this part before I continue on with the story. So this is the beeswax with Olay and something else I can't think right now. But I love this beeswax because for one, it's really, really sticky. And so this is what I'm using. Like I want to eventually start using this to just do my retwist. I use it on like my edges because it's really, when I say it's really, really sticky, this is as good as edge control. So I went ahead and I applied this to my hair, and I think I'm gonna just go ahead and do my retwist in the front with this beeswax instead of my original gel. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. Eventually I had to since it had a lot of residue, I wasn't even thinking about the residue because it feels so good. But since it had a lot of residue, I had to go in with some oil so that it would evaporate the residue a little bit. So I did apply some of my mousse, my vitamin mousse and this is olive oil vitamin mousse. So I applied that to my hair in the front. I applied it to the back. I was like, mine as well since I'm doing the front. So yeah, I did that and it evaporated the residue. I was like, cool. So yeah, that's what I did right there. I just wanted to explain that a little bit. Okay, so as I was saying, to the situation, she feel how she feels. She got to react to the situation as well. So she like, I know you ain't just stupid B, this and that and third. That's why your eyebrows drew on. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? When she threw that in there, I'm like, okay, obviously this ain't about the chicken hitting your leg. It's the fact that you're feeling some type of way about my eyebrows. So I just felt like she just wanted to react because she was kind of skeptical about reacting, but then she reacted. So she was like, something, you better get out here, this and that and the third. So at this point, I'm just so fed up with every fucking body testing my patience. I just go up to the counter and I just look in her face and I just stare right there because you talking about running me out the fucking store. I'm gonna come stand in your face. If you doing all that talking, do it right here. So then we walking out of the store. And well, she was like, come on, let's go outside. Let's take it outside. So we walking outside. Mind you, this girl looked like a motherfucking wrestler. She's a fucking giant. Just like I told the one lady, she's me times 3 times height. Her height, she probably I want to say 7'1". I'm 5'6". My daughter's dad is 6'1". This girl gotta be my daughter's dad is 6'2" or something like that. This girl gotta be 7'1". When I tell y'all this girl is huge, she's huge. So I'm standing right there. So I'm like, all right. So when I decide I'm like, okay, I'm like, cool. I'm not even about to talk about my son. Yes, my son is right here, but obviously don't nobody give a fuck about that. She was like, yeah, I got my son too. I'm like, yeah, but you got your husband right there. But at this point, I don't care. It is what it is. If I talk, I talk. I mean, if I talk, it ain't gonna change shit. So I'm gonna just walk out here and we can fight. So as soon as I made that decision, the guy I was with, my friend, gonna jump in front of me, Carlito. He jumped in front of me. He no, don't do this. And then that's when, well, he said her man jumped in front of her, but I didn't see that. He was like, you can't blame him for not jumping in front of her. How can you stop her? I'm like, true. I was like, man, this girl is so big, you would have thought she was a fucking hog. And y'all probably think I'm over exaggerating. I wish I would have got the camera and I wish I would have took out my video and just fucking recorded this shit, but I think my phone was dead. But yeah, this girl was huge. And I'm like,
At this point, I was like, when I told him, I'm sitting here just contemplating on how the fuck I'm gonna beat her. But while you sitting here trying to stop me, I'm just thinking of all the solutions on how the fuck I'm gonna beat this girl. Obviously, I probably wasn't gonna beat her. I don't know if I was gonna beat her, but I was gonna try. I was like, this is an opportunity for everybody that just fucking been pissing me off all the fucking time. This is my time. I don't care. I'm gonna just do it. It is what it is. So then she standing there, but then I guess everybody, all the the workers and the store managers start coming out there. It was like, no, 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 no. They yelling at her. I guess for yelling at me or whatever they're yelling at her for. I don't know, yelling at me, this and that and third. I'm like, you know what, it is what it is. At this point, I'm just walking. So I just walked out. While I'm walking past her, she like, yeah, I should follow you and beat your. So yeah, I go ahead and walk past her because at this point with everybody interfering and everybody intervening, I'm like, she, obviously it's not going to be a fight. So I went ahead and walked away, and I was like, at this point, if she want to fight, she could follow me to wherever I'm going. I'm on foot, she's not. So if it's that serious, then it's that serious. So yeah, after that, then I'm having this discussion. Like, mind you, I'm exhausted mentally, physically. I'm ready to go home and lay down. Then here he comes, talking about anything and everything and all his problems with me. Talking about, yeah, I want my focus. I want your focus to be on me. I didn't even know this guy had feelings for me. Turns out he did. So how I found out, before I get into what he was talking about, how I found out that he had feelings for me is that we was walking and we was going to another store across the lot, and he was like, so we walking past this guy, and this guy says hi to me. And he got offended. Like, he got really worked up. He was like, you just gonna say hi to her? You don't see both of us standing right here? What if she was with me? This and that and the third. Like, what if I was with her? That's very disrespectful. Like, you don't even. So I mean, he going on. I'm just like, the dude just saying hi. Then later on, he explained, he was like, well, all I'm saying is that since we're together, he could have said, hey, y'all. He didn't have to just say hey to you. So I don't know if he liked me or not, but that's what he said. And I don't know if he got feelings for me, because at this point, it's kind of confusing. So he was talking about how I'm not paying attention to him, and I'm not really focused on him. And I'm like, hold up, ain't we just friends? I'm like, define your meaning, define the meaning of friendship, so that I can understand it. Because when it's just friends, we just hanging, we cool, and this and that and the third. This is what friends do. But why is you making it a problem? Why is you making it more than what it is if we're just friends? We ain't nothing more than just friends. So he completely disagreed with me, and he kept trying to make me feel upset and about everything, and I was already worked up. Like, I'm already feeling some type of way. Why are you trying to make me feel more than what just happened? You're standing there, and you was just there with everything that happened, and you're trying to make it more and make me feel more distressed. So yeah, that's what happened recently, and he called me during dinner. I told him I was eating. I haven't heard from him since. I tried to call him back, but maybe he blocked me. Because like I said, he got issues. I told him he got anger issues. I told him he has anger issues. And with that being said, that's all it is. So